Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am watching Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, for the first time ever. Just because the, what do you call it? What is it? Oh yeah, the Snyder Cut is finally going to be released tomorrow, and I can't wait. I'm actually pretty excited. Hearing pretty decent things, but you know, I've stayed away from all the reviews or whatever. But I thought, why not watch something that is completely Zack's vision before actually watching Zack's vision of Justice League? So, first time watching this, I know it might be a little bit longer than the original, but as you guys know, I am actually. Why would you guys know? I'm not really a fan of the original Batman v Superman. I thought it was a bloated mess. I had very strong opinions of it when it came out. I wanted to love it so much. And I will say that I loved a lot of things about it. I loved Batman specifically. I loved all those moments with him. But I really hated the third act of the movie. I thought it was just awful. But yeah. Not going into that now, but hopefully this movie will alleviate some of those feelings I had about the movie. And yeah, I'm pretty excited because I heard that it actually contextualizes, whoa, I hit the mic. I heard that adds more context to things in the movie or the original movie that I really didn't like. So I'm excited to see that, see how they kind of tie those loose ends together. And yeah, overall, can't wait to watch this with you guys. So I will be doing commentary of it, and I will be cutting the highlights from the actual movie because 3 hours is just way too long for anyone, especially with me. That's just torture. So let's get into it. Walking Dead reunion. I really like this part, just because Zack Snyder is a very stylish director. We all know he's a man who put together some cool visuals. Did I like how he put the pearls behind, what do you call it? The hammer of the gun? It looks cool visually, but, I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit forced, but whatever. That's a minor thing that really does not add anything to the movie. It wasn't one of the things I hated about the movie. It's just a little detail. There's one thing you can't run away. It's that haircut. You can't run away from that. That is just a bad choice. How many times do we have to watch these Waynes die? I don't know. But if you're gonna do it, and do it in your own style. Here's the part and I'm like, all right. I'm thinking of it as, you know, as a criminal, but which is not something I should say out loud. But I'm thinking of it as, you know, if I'm stealing from some rich people, I don't want to be picking up every individual pearl. So that's just a dumb move on his part. He should have been more thoughtful about, you know, his murders. Martha. That will come back later. I have a feeling that's going to come back later and piss off some people. Occasionally it's going to switch from me full screen and me small screen, just for the sake of, I don't know, not getting taken down, and to mix it up a little bit. That is how Bruce got COVID. Okay, this is actually kind of a thing I actually really liked about this movie, is that it's a lot more artistic than we give Zack credit for. We're kind of dismissive. By we, I mean the people who aren't a fan of, you know, this movie and some of his other movies. But you know, he has a visual style to it, and it kind of lends to what he's trying to say about the movie. You know, people are like, "Oh, so the bat's literally lifted up, Bruce?" No, not literally, you dummy. Ah, the classic dubstep machine. Kryptonians were known for their early EDM work. I love the sound though. I love the sound design of this thing. It's so cool. It's like the vibrator from hell. And anytime I question this movie, it's going to be for someone who's watching this video who understands this movie better than me. But why did Jack wait till then to move people out of the building? I don't know why they're waiting for Bruce to be like, yeah man, you guys can take off. It's just, I don't know. Such a weird detail. This is tea I'm drinking, by the way, because I'm fat. This is a powerful scene though. It's a powerful scene if you completely ignore the fact that they could have left a long time ago. it's a great way to open up this movie. This is fantastic. And the score is really incredible. Junkie XL. Oh, jeez. I thought I had a ringing in my ear. It's actually the movie. Is that fucking Bruce Wayne? This is a bad day for bring your kid to work day. I'm not a doctor, but I think it's because there's a giant beam on your legs. You know, one thing I'll forgive about Man of Steel is the collateral damage. I understand when two super people are fighting, expect a lot of collateral damage, and so that's what I forgive, and it also lends to this movie, the benefit of this movie. And this actually, okay, so this I really like. Was this in the original? I think yeah. Not only is it like really cool way to introduce kryptonite, but I think it's the smart way, because those machines, I mean those vibrators from hell that I was talking about earlier, they were terraforming Earth to be more like Krypton, right? So it makes sense that a rock that is native to Krypton would be the first thing, you know, to be created when they were terraforming, because I think these are the sites where those whatever machines or those terraforming machines were. So I think that's cool. I think that's a cool way to introduce it, and I think it's a smart way, rather than them just being like, hey, found a rock from space. Oh, and Superman's allergic to it. It's this is cool. This is cool. All right, I'm giving credit where credit's due. Okay, the stuff I don't like is way later in the movie.
Ow. That was 90% gravity.
I think it was strange to have Jimmy Olsen, just cuz, so they could, you know, spoilers, but kill him. I think it's just like, why put him in there, you know? I could honestly do without these Superman movies without a Jimmy Olsen, and I would be super fine. But yeah, Zach was like, let's throw him in there. Make him a secret agent. Alright. I don't agree with that, but it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the movie. It's just another choice I'm like, why?
They did not tell me the interview was with the lady.
I'm not a lady, I'm a journalist.
But you are also a lady, right? I didn't mean to assume your gender.
Except the love of my people.
They're actually really PC and pretty cool about it. Let's go over pronouns. I love how he's going deeper and deeper into the camera, just to the like smallest, like, and then breaking it apart. I would give up after just opening camera. I'd be like, this guy's good, he's clean, but this guy's efficient. That's why he's a terrorist. He's a good terrorist. He's like, I don't know what you're saying. It's been a while since I've seen the original Batman v Superman. Is this part in it? Okay. Is this in the original?
Passing Python now. One.
Okay, yeah, so I think, was that in the original? If it is, it's pretty obvious they were baiting him. They're trying to draw him here. He's like, I already can. I have X-ray vision. Yeah, man, that guy's dead. That guy is super dead. Unless, like, I don't know. Superman's really careful with how he crashes through walls. That part I was always like, yeah, that guy's pretty much fried, right? Superman just keep killing people? But I don't know. I don't know. In this hyper-violent Zack Snyder world, I think we have to suspend some idea of reality. So maybe these people do survive these things. So I'm open to that. And that's another thing that didn't bother me. It was just kind of like, is he dead? Okay, so here, they're making it look like Supes did it. making it look like he torched all these people with his heat vision. Okay, cool. So they're setting the pieces, adding a little bit more context as to why all these people were charred. It was set up. It's good. It's good. And I am aware of the changes that they made from the original to this Ultimate Edition. I'm just forgetting if they weren't already included in the original or not.
He'll never answer to you. He answers to no one. Not even, I think, to God.
How do you know that? So I know she's a planted actress hired by Luther to testify of the inhumane things that Superman did. Basically blowing smoke up Senator Finch's ass. But yeah, that aside, I know that actress. She was really great in Lovecraft Country, even though that season finale for that show, not good. But yeah, she's a great actress. And I knew when I was watching Lovecraft Country, I was like, I've seen her somewhere. Can we just talk about how fucking big those batarangs are compared to Nolan's? Like, those things are actually like boomerangs. Those are big. I would hate to get hit by one of those, man. She's an actress from Gran Torino. I always thought it was really cool to see her in this because I haven't seen her in anything since. Dude, the way they're setting up Batman, it's so cool. It's so cool. Okay, I love a lot of this movie, but the things I really don't like, I really don't like. But this is so cool. It's such a great way to introduce Batman. He's more of a horror villain or a monster than he is a man to these people, and it's great. Okay, so this kickstarts Lois's journey, the B plot or C plot, I don't know, B plot to get information on this bullet, which in the original movie is just like, what? Why are we doing this? But in this version, I think they add more context, which we will see more. I think this is a really good scene. It really shows Clark's character really well. And I love the human parts of what makes Clark Clark. And I wish we got more of that. The only reason why this scene would not work for me is I don't really believe they have great chemistry. They didn't get much to do in Man of Steel for me to be like, this is super believable. I don't know. I feel like there's no romantic chemistry between these two. But this is a good scene.
You're slow in your old age, huh? Comes to us all, Master.
Oh, fuck you too.
Even you got too old.
Made you dinner, asshole. I really love the Batcave. I love Alfred in this. I love this version. Kind of a weathered and just tired of Batman's bullshit Alfred. It's cool.
Starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness. That turns good men.
That's a great line. That's a great line, okay?
You know, that is a great line. I mean, that is so great, you know.
I think the reason I don't think Batman v Superman is like a dog shit movie, like many people will say, is because there's so many things that they get right, and there's so many things that give it its own twist from the comics that make it its own, but still reminiscent of the comic book characters. I'm talking over a really important introduction in the movie. The most divisive character in this entire film, Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg.
The fragment is of a radioactive xenomineral. We suspected it might have biointeractions, so we took the sample to Amrit, where they keep the remains of the Kryptonian decedent.
We couldn't get Michael Shannon to return, so we picked up Madame Tussauds Michael Shannon wax figure instead. But it should work just as fine.
Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Beautiful. Now, Rocky is radioactive, but
that's where I'm from.
We can help each other.
Is this the Jolly Rancher scene? Mm-hmm. The famous Jolly Rancher scene.
What's your wish list and shit?
Yeah, people had a lot of focus on this Jolly Rancher scene being the end-all, be-all of this version of Lex. They're like, man, why did he put the Jolly Rancher in his mouth? I was like, it's kind of a power move. It's kind of like him, you know, metaphorically showing off how big his dick is. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I think it's just, it was hard to buy because it's Jesse Eisenberg, right? You don't get intimidated by this guy. He doesn't look intimidating, and that's supposed to be the version that we get of Lex. Sort of this Mark Zuckerberg figure. This music is amazing, by the way. It just didn't work for me. As much as you can justify and give me reasons, I just, for some reason, it's just... No matter what. There it is. Pop goes the weasel. It's not gonna work for me. Hey, let's give it to this guy, man. He's got crazy upper body strength. This is impressive. They should have just watched. They should just been like, if he can do it, you should let him do it. It's pretty impressive. Hey, don't do it. Don't keep doing it. They don't do anything about it. I warned you. Perry White is really weird in these movies. I think that's another thing about these movies I don't like. Perry White's just... actually, in any of the movies, not even Zack Snyder's universe, I never liked Perry White. He's no J. Jonah Jameson. He's not as interesting. He's not as fun. He's just kind of a stick in the mud.
I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Oh, this is
Living
from The Cut.
She hasn't been back. Scared of who? Well, there's a new kind of mean in him.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Let me get the shading. There you go. Clark doing some investigative journalism is awesome. I want more of that. Oh yeah, I also love seeing Bruce do rich people shit. I love it. Even though it's him investigating, I still love seeing Bruce pretend to be Bruce Wayne, the billionaire, while also doing Batman work. Love that. I love that.
Flight to DC tonight. A couple of days there.
Go. Coach. No extra legroom.
Economy plus.
Perry is a cheap bastard. Okay, that was funny. I still don't like him.
Someone on the committee requested that Clark Kent cover it. Probably some old charity crone who's got a thing for nerds.
Why are you so mean to him? I'll say it quickly. Clark is too hot. He's too hot in these movies, okay? Clark Kent, the person, is too hot. Not because Henry Cavill's too hot, but they should, like, awkward him up a little bit more. He's just too cool and, like, collected, and he looks too good in that goddamn suit. They could do their best to make Henry Cavill ugly, though. I don't blame them. It's probably really impossible to make that guy look unattractive, but like do something to make him hunch over a little bit, make him trip over some shit. I don't know.
You and your hearings.
That wig is just atrocious.
Take a bucket of piss and call it Granny's peach tea. Take a weapon of assassination and call it...
He liked that. You know, if she didn't say that, he wouldn't have pissed in a cup. We wouldn't have gotten that beautiful piss cup scene.
No, they came from the sky.
Okay, underrated score for Lex Luthor in this movie. So good, or just in general. Junkie XL did a really good job. And look, this is beautiful. This looks like it's ripped straight from like Mask of the Phantasm. It feels like a sequence you would imagine in a Batman comic. Like, look at that. Look at that shot. That was beautiful. You can't knock him for being a visual director. Like, that's the thing I've always liked about his movies is visual style. Every dude at the gym walks like that. Who's wider? Who's wider? Not whiter. Who's wider? Kylo Ren in The Last Jedi or Ben Affleck in general? I don't know. I'd say it's a tie. I also love Bruce Wayne making coffee for Alfred. Mm-hmm. This is great. I love this.
Who's that?
Who dat? I like how he said that. Question to the audience watching right now. How would Bruce not know who, or how would, God, how would Clark not know who Bruce is? Is that explained? Because in this world, Metropolis and Gotham basically share a border, so how would they not know? I don't know. Especially as a journalist, how would he not know? So a question for you guys, let me know. This part, I'm just like, I can't stand his rambling. He's just like,
The service corridor.
it's he's more irritating than anything else. I don't, as profound as everything he's saying, I just find him too irritating to be compelling. I think that's just a personal thing. I love Jesse Eisenberg as the actor, but this character is just, it's grainy.
Buy them. No, my father could not afford books growing up. He had to
Like, stop, man. Take your Xanax and go. You gotta love his excuse. I thought this was the bathroom. I would love if he just fully went with it and he started pissing on the glass.
I can't stay down here, Alfred. Go upstairs and socialize.
Yeah, he's really good at flip-flopping between Bruce Wayne and Batman, though. I love that. Ben Affleck is so good. What a shame we don't get to see any more of him. Or at least, that's what we think now. Who knows what they'll do in the future. But I am looking forward to Robert Pattinson's, wow, I can't talk. Robert Pattinson's The Batman. I am super psyched for that movie.
Because
But yeah, Ben Affleck is good.
paradoxical and
Oh, I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Get it away from me. Ooh. I remember watching that in the theaters, and I think my butthole literally pinched so hard it created a black hole. I was like, wow, I don't want to be here right now.
Maybe it's the Gotham City in me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
boys.
And then here he comes to ruin.
I love it. I love it. So, after all these years, we finally got you over to Metropolis.
Well, I thought I'd come drink you dry.
Well, you're welcome. You should hop the harbor more often, though. I'd love to show you my labs. Maybe we could partner on something. My R&D is up to all sorts of dope.
You get it? Yeah, little things like that. I'm like, yeah, just get him out of the scene. Because it's so good. They're Batman, or Bruce and Clark's interactions in this movie. I wish we had more of that. I wish we had just them talking to each other and just jabbing at each other, like little schoolgirls, being passive aggressive the entire time. I love that, man. I wish we got like at least one more scene like that. We don't, and it sucks because Lex cuts that tension in half. And he's, oh, I'm back. I'm like, oh, I forgot you were here for a second. He's like, Jesus Christ. Excuse me, it's not what it looks like. I thought it was a bathroom. Oh, I thought she stole his car. I was like, did she steal his car in the original? Is this part of the Ultimate Edition? Problems that I had originally with the movie that I warmed up to is how Superman is sort of, I guess, seems mopey. Seems like the weight of his responsibilities is really showing on his face through this little montage. But the thing is, like, in the context of the movie, he's someone who is loathed while also being adored by the people he saves. So he's conflicted, and that's being shown here. And I really, really like that now. Now, looking back, I've kind of changed my viewpoint. This is a man who is compelled to do these things, but he knows that half the world is divided on whether he should be, you know, alive, you know? So I like this now. I respect this decision. Do I love it? I don't love it. I get with the context of this movie that this is a decision that they had to make. Yeah, I think they were watching this version, or just maybe this was in the original, but yeah, you feel bad for him. The weight of the responsibility in being the most superpowered being on Earth. Yeah, you'd want to talk to your mother. I love this part of the movie.
Who the hell are you?
More.
Just a man. Yeah? What the fuck do you want?
It's weird. No one recognizes all these rich people. It's like, that's Lex Luthor, man. If he's supposed to be like the Mark Zuckerberg of this universe, in a way. Also, what does LexCorp do? Like, what do they do? Are they like a social media company? Like, what in this movie, what does Wayne Industries do also? Wayne Financial or whatever. Like, what do these big conglomerates actually do? Like, I just know they make money. It's funny to watch this and be like, this is Martian Manhunter, and he's being pretty passive about all of this. He's not really doing shit.
You know, with balls like yours, you belong in here.
I love that Martian Manhunter says balls.
To your Dropbox to find copy. There's copy, all right. Nothing about football. Nothing about friends.
Perry, who gives a shit about your shitty football team? And that is a lot to write about just a high school football game. That you see how many columns there was just dedicated to a game? Like, how much really goes on in a high school football game?
Doesn't want us to think of him as American anymore.
Oh, we miss you, Jon Stewart. Come back.
I wonder, would you excuse us? There's something I'd like to show you.
It's my penis. Are you interested?
It's a triumph.
Yes.
Every dude showing a girl their dick pic. It's my best work. If the Batman v Superman Batman is a Batman who has lost his way, this is a Batman who fucking really got lost. But this is so cool. It's such a cool sequence. And it's a oneer. And I love the color grading for this scene. It's so cool. I get what it's supposed to set up. Batman's paranoia of Superman.
It's a rock. A mineral capable of weakening Kryptonian cells. The first sample big enough to mean something turned up in the Indian Ocean 3 months ago. It is now aboard the White Portuguese being delivered to Lex Luthor. Why am I to steal it from him? To keep it out of Luthor's house. To destroy it.
No. I'm gonna turn it into a spear. It's gonna look really cool though.
My name is Clark Kent from the Daily Planet.
Yeah, great scene. Great scene, man!
I can't give out that information.
Yes. Investigative journalism. That's what I like to see. He's like, I know, right? Kids. Ugh. It's like, no, idiot. Go talk to her.
But I know what he did. But he was a father. He was that too. A man like that, words don't stop him. You know what stops him? A fist.
Okay! Great! I'm so fucking happy that they put this in the scene. Or, they put this scene in the movie. It does what why did they cut that out? Why? I would cut out, you know what sucks? The nightmare sequence is really cool, but I would cut that out and put that scene back in. I'll put that scene, all the investigative Clark stuff. Leave that in the movie. We need more Clark in the movie. What the hell? So weird. So weird that they cut that out. I will say, I think it's a little hypocritical that Batman, someone who was like, Superman's too powerful and, you know, all the people he killed. But it's like, the man goes Vin Diesel Fast and Furious on all these fools. He's just smashing cars and murdering people. And he's not doing it directly, but you have to be blind to think any of these people are getting out alive. And I know that this is a Batman who's gone too far, and he doesn't care if the collateral damage kills these horrible people. But I'm like, I'm torn. Because it's, yeah. It's a lot. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. That guy's not alive. I know people justify it by saying, you know, this is Batman indirectly doing it. But this seems pretty direct. Oh, come on. You telling me he didn't plan that? He wasn't like, yeah, this is probably gonna kill some people. Come on. Come on, people. Give me that. Give me that. Like, this Batman is going out of his way to murder these folks. Yo, God. He's not even flinching. Yeah, this is a Batman who he's seen some shit. He's over it. It's cool. It's cool to see, but wow. He may not have superpowers, but he finds a way to do a lot of property damage. Holy shit. Batman, you are not that much better than Superman. So maybe you should just talk it out. Maybe just have a conversation. Cause look at this shit, dude. I know you're killing, you know, bad people, but they probably have families too, right? Hey, I never noticed he has a little bit of chest hair coming out of the top of his suit. This must have been for the Ultimate Edition, you know, R-rated.
Tell me. Do you bleed?
What? I don't know. Fucking weirdo. Bye. Yeah. All those scenes with Clark going out of his way and learning more about the Batman just adds so much more to that scene, because I remember watching it in the original, I was like, why the fuck is this guy so mad at the Batman? But now I know, because guess what, they gave us context, which is great. So weird that they left that out.